All right. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It's been a beautiful weekend. So I've enjoyed the sun. How about
Got
you?
your hair. I see you got your hairstyle switch up.
I
Is
switched
that,
it up on you.
that your hair?
It is.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say a man is not supposed to ask a woman about her hair.
I
I thought
don't
that's.
mind. I don't mind.
I thought you were gonna be politically correct on me. That's what I thought.
No, I don't mind. It is mine. But it's all mine, whether I bought it or not. It's all mine.
That's good. Yeah, I was out today with my daughter, and now the allergies is getting to me. So
It's that time of
if
year. Pollen.
if I sound horrible and I look like I'm high, it's because of my allergies. All right. So just gonna get right into it. Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Yes,
Obviously this is the last episode before the reunion,
it is.
so we're just gonna go right into it and chop this through pretty fast.
Pretty much. So this week, as you said, it was the last episode, and this week the men had an opportunity to meet the ladies' parents or families, and so they started off with Donovan meeting Carmen's parents, and the dad kind of drilled Donovan as far as asking them questions about his previous relationships, even with his children, and basically his intentions towards Carmen. You know, and the mom was pretty straightforward as well. I actually I liked the exchange he had with her parents. I think it was kind of questions I guess many people wanted to ask. The father really didn't hold back, and he was willing to go ahead and put it out there. And Carmen clearly was for it too. So yeah, I actually liked it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. And Donovan answered the questions the best of his abilities. So yeah, what was your thought on that? You okay with the parents drilling you
I think Donovan kind of fumbled that question, you know, that he was asked when
about
he.
cheating?
Yeah, I give him credit for being honest and bringing that up, right? Saying he stepped down on his marriage, but when the dad asked him what's going to be different, his answer was so far, you know. So I didn't really like the answer he gave, you know.
He made it easy for the dad to come back with what he came back with. Like he didn't really, yeah, I can say that. So he answered. I mean, to me, he answered it the best way he knew how, I guess. But the dad, like I said, the dad held his feet to the fire. You could tell. So yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Um.
so in addition to that, I think we got to give my girl Carmen some credit because we are seeing the evolution of Carmen. She is actually herself, you know, and that started from the last episode. You can see Carmen is actually herself, and because I think knowing that she has her partner in crime, who is Donovan, that actually give us an opportunity to see the real Carmen, which I actually really appreciate. It's sort of like you can see the evolution unfolding right in front of us, and the other person that happened to was Paul, and these are the two people you guys were actually down on. You see, Carmen, her authentic self was actually fully on display. She was more relaxed, calm, and her outfit was banging. I was looking at Carmen like, damn, she's looking like a snack. Yeah, she was looking really, really good. So, and she did everything right, on point. So you got to give her some credit.
What I will say is that I feel that we got to see, you're right, more of who she actually is. I'm not, because the person who she showed in the beginning was not who was at the end. So I'm just kind of recognizing, for me, it's more so, well, which one is which? That's how I see it, and I'm really leaning towards the person who showed up at the end. I do agree. I think that's more so who she is. So I'm gonna guess I can agree, and I also say that about Paul as well. Maybe they felt like they had to come in with a certain type of persona, and then I guess as it came on, they were able to unveil who they really were. So I will give you that. I agree. I agree. That's all I got. So, but you could tell with her dad though, the fidelity thing was an issue. You could tell that he, And it gave her a reason to she had a kind of a question mark there about him, but it is what it is. So then Clifton met with Joy's sister and they hit it off, had, good conversation, but her sister again had the same type of thought pattern that I was thinking about. And I guess many people were thinking about, how is this going to affect you guys in the long run with the long distance? And so that was her main concern, which is, and rightfully so. And you got the chance to see Clifton and Joy come up again, and they met together again to discuss it. So, the distance thing clearly, it's a concern. It's something that they are concerned about, but they clearly want to see it through.
Well, I think we are actually being too, I don't know if naive, or we are not actually taking this moment as serious as it's supposed to be, because this is like history in Ready to Love, as far as the show goes. This is a big history. The first time we actually see two couple, the chemistry is on point, the connection is on point, they enjoy being around each other. I know the first episode, there was a great chemistry between two people. I remember it was Che, the girl, and Michael. They had a great connection too. But this time around, the connection, even though I've been hard on Joy, the connection between Joy and the chemistry between Joy and my boy Clifton, is undeniably serious. So we got to give them a credit, and I think that's a win for the show all around. Because that kind of connection does not happen every day. Whether it's on show or off show. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen easy, right? So I think I really love that aspect, which was beautiful to see. You can tell Clifton is actually going to this, and he's not hiding it, right?
I love that.
Yeah, he's being vulnerable in that regard, right? He's saying, it is what it is. I'm a touchy guy. I like to touch, So yeah, that was amazing. And then towards the end, when he brought the flowers, he did his little funny stuff with the card. Choose me, yes or no, or I'll become a beggar or something. And I think that's some of the stuff that actually got them even closer, because they're both are goofy, and so it just makes a great team.
I agree.
And that's beautiful.
I agree. I could not. There's nothing that I can agree. You're spot on with it. I really love it. It was really nice to see. Again, Joy made it very clear that you were my choice from the beginning. But it was just really refreshing to see two people really into each other. I know everyone said, well, Joy, yes, she did put all her eggs in one basket, and she did. But for this, a situation where it worked out for her, because he's just as much into her as she's into him. So I'm happy. I like it.
Yeah, we just hope that it's not just a one and done situation after the show, and then we don't hear from them again. That we don't want. We are hoping for the best. We hope they don't disappoint us. That's all I'm saying.
I'm hoping. Yes, I am hoping for the best. In the end, though, you saw that Dakia and Paul decided, because Dakia met with her mom and her brother met with Paul. And it was pretty surface, in my opinion, the questions that were asked, how they engaged with him. Pretty much, to me, this was kind of a no-brainer. They could have kept pushing it, and I thought it was a wise choice that they did not. And they decided to just kind of look, I'm going to choose me. This is, it would have been forced. And so to me, that they made a smart choice, the both of them.
Yeah. That was the. I was hoping it was not going to be the situation with Sabrina and what's the guy's name in the previous episode?
Walter.
Yeah, or she left him hanging. I was hoping and praying that was not going to repeat itself. But yeah. I'm glad. They both came to an understanding and realization that it's best if if they choose each other, which was very good. And I gave Paul super respect. Again, he has handled himself pretty well. He handled the situation gracefully because he didn't force the situation,
Mm,
and that tells me that Paul is actually an authentic guy.
I'm gonna
Okay,
give it to you.
he just came across a little bit goofy, a little bit corny in the beginning, and stuff like that, a little all over the place. I think some people, when they get into a social gathering like that, they're a little bit awkward because some people are not used to that kind of environment, and you
Yeah,
can tell, you can tell very easily, when these people are in such an environment. Some of them do not know how to handle themselves, and it takes some time for them to even gravitate towards that type of environment. So Paul actually is a solid guy, it turns out, in as
I
much
agree.
as
I agree.
the questioning though, talking about his credit and all that foolishness, it was just like, what the hell was going on here? Like, she already told you guys we are just we just friends, right? It was nothing serious. She already established that from the beginning, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. That's why I said the questions were pretty really certain. They weren't, like even asking about his PCP. Like it just to me was kind of like, okay, it wasn't a purpose. And it didn't add anything. I'm gonna just say that it didn't add anything. But hey, I guess they wanted to ask, so they did. Um, but like I said, you to me could clearly see that this was probably it was cool to see them go on a date and see the other side of Paul, as you said, but you could tell that this wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
So,
and I respect the two of them, the way they handled it. It
yeah,
was pretty, and she
absolutely.
asked him for a hug, and then my man Paul, that hug was so like, I don't know. He gave her a hug, and it's almost like he was like, I gotta be careful hugging this chick because I remember what happened to Eric. That hug was so funny. I was like, what the hell is that? Give her a proper hug. Come on. He was almost like he was scared to hug her.
He
I'm
didn't
like,
want
what
any problems. He didn't want any
yes.
problems. So
Uh,
then, lastly, you saw that Donovan and Carmen, you know, chose each other. And, that wasn't a big surprise either. He surprised her with a trip anywhere she wants to go. And so, yeah, we'll see how that couple, talk about Clifton and Joy. Let's see how that couple pans out. Um, yeah, like I said, we'll see how it pans out. Right now, because I know basically she keeps saying kind of some of the same things. He seems like a great guy and he's attractive. That's all we pretty much got. That's what she keeps saying. So we'll see. Right now, it seems like everything is up. But we'll see. I'll just say that we'll see how it pans out.
I mean, one thing that was very obvious is, which we didn't even point out the last episode of our show, was Carmen's interaction with Donovan's mom. It was awesome. Her interaction with Donovan's mom was amazing. His mom didn't have nothing bad to say about Carmen. You remember that?
I do. I remember, to me, they didn't really do a lot of discussing about him. They were more connecting over both being single moms. But okay, yeah, you're right. They did. Seriously, if you go back and watch it, they were basically connecting over they both being single moms and what it's like raising sons. Okay. I am not knocking it. I'm just saying it wasn't really about him per se from what they showed. It could have been some great conversation off camera. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Stop it. You just being a hater right now.
I am not.
You are a hater. You are being a hit. You're being a hater. Okay, I'm gonna pronounce it very well. Emphatic stress. Hater. Okay, that's what you're being right.
She was more so talking about her experience being a single mom, and that is exactly what his mother was discussing, and they seem to have a connection there. That's all I'm saying. But you're right. His mother had nothing negative to say.
They had a great. The mom was actually willing to exchange numbers with Carmen. Okay, so they had a great connection. Okay, so stop it. Stop being a hater.
You're right. I'm gonna stop being a hater. But yeah, I mean, to me, if on the show, I think those two are actually a good fit. So, like I said, we're gonna see how it goes. And you know what? I'm really hoping it does pan out well for them too. I am. I'm not being funny.
And on the flip side, Donovan did well with Carmen's parents too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the conversation was great, and the connection they can relate to those people. So I kind of like that aspect that there was no kind of red flag coming from the parents,
Yeah.
and and to be honest, Donovan and Carmen they like each other, whether we like it or not, they do. So like I don't think Donovan is not a guy that's like he's not a bullshitter. Even though we suspected he was a player, but he's not a bullshitter. You know what I'm saying? Can you say Donovan is a bullshitter?
I think he goes after what he wants, and I think that he likes Carmen, and they're together. And yeah. I think they're
You know?
again. I think they're a good fit.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So finally saying it. Okay.
I think they're a good fit. Yeah.
We're gonna clap.
Yeah. Let's give them clap. They're a good fit. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully it works out. Next week we have a reunion. It looks like it's gonna be some. I mean, I already knew pretty much because there was so much to unpack. So the reunion is to me probably going to be the best part for this season because, in essence, you did end up with two couples. I think you ended up with one strong couple, in my opinion. But you have two couples. But you had a lot of drama that was unfolded. So I feel like the reunions are going to, I think it's probably going to be two part. I think it's going to be really good.
It's going to be really good. I noticed everyone was there. The only person I didn't see was Tina. If Eric was there, Laverne was there.
I don't think if Tina doesn't show, will you be surprised?
Yeah, the only person I didn't see. Maybe she was there, but maybe the camera. Maybe the camera is trying to save the best for the last, But there's one aspect about this past week that I like really, that I connected with emotionally, and that was Joy when she was being emotional, when she introduced Clifton to her sister. She was actually really emotional, and that actually I connected with that. I felt it, watching it. That was the first time I actually, was actually affected by that raw emotion from Joy. And it actually, kind of affected me too, watching it. I'm like, oh, I got emotional.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joy, you got emotional with Joy?
I got emotional with Joy. She actually moved me. I'm like, okay, so this chick is actually for real. Okay. She is for real. Okay, Joy.
So here's what I think. I think you really had two people. I'm not going to say that other people from past seasons haven't really connected, but I think these two people really feeling each other. Like,
they are.
Yeah. Like, even still, like, I don't think Clifton meant to necessarily use the word love, and he did. I don't think he was putting on, and I don't think she is. I think these people are really somewhere in there, like, really feeling each other.
Did he use the word love?
He did. So because she even called him on it when they were standing outside when he at the end. And he mentioned, and she said, you said the L word. Yeah, I think these people are really into each other. And I think a real connection was made on the show. And I'm here for it.
All right, now that I give Joy all the praise, I'm gonna give her a little thumbs down. Whoa, not a thumbs down. I'm gonna just call her out a little bit, because she's trying to play us like we are first graders, right? That's how she's trying to play us, talking about, oh, so you're gonna give me sex now? Like, really, girl? We know you're ready.
No. You said that. I said them people did not sleep. I said that they did not have. You assumed.
Are you gonna let me finish what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is, Joy's trying to play us for a fool by bringing that sex stuff up now to have us thinking, oh, they never really slept together. That's a mind game she's playing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? It's an old trick in the book.
Those people, I think these people are very transparent, and if they slept together, I think they would say it.
Listen, look at Clifton's reaction when she said that. You can tell, that was a bunch of bullcrap. That's what Joe Biden was saying. There's a bunch of malaki. Okay.
I think them people are telling the truth, but you said she lying. I'm gonna let you have it.
Well, why would she? No, let's be honest. Who voluntarily talk about sex like that? It doesn't happen like that. Not on TV, like especially not on the
On
show.
this season, it did quite a bit. They just kept.
No. No one actually said let's go have sex. I'm waiting for us to have sex. No one ever did. In the history of Ready to Love, no one ever did. So we got to be clear on that. So the fact that she went out of her way to do that, that's a psychological ploy. Okay,
Sir, I
that's
think you're reaching. I think you are reaching here. I think that woman
oh
was
yes,
telling her
I
man
am.
what she. I think she was telling her man, "This is what I want. This is what I want to happen next." And she wasn't playing around. She didn't. She didn't mix her words.
You know what you do? You communicate that with action. That's what you do. And we are grown enough to know when you communicate that with action, we can say, "Oh, y'all get a room," right? You've heard that before. When two people are like in the heat around other people doing the PDA stuff, and it's going too much, what do grown ups say around? Why don't you guys get a room? So if that was the case, she could have come. For the fact that she went out of her way to mention that, come on, every grown person can pick on that. It's very easy to know. Oh yeah, you're just saying that just so because we already know you give up the cookie. Now you want to cover it up now, to try to make it look like, oh, I saved this for the last day of the show to make sure that Clifton is mine before I give it up. No, that was not the case, Joy. You give it up at the retreat. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I believe Joy. I believe Joy.
Good for you.
Oh yeah. I don't think she made that up. I think she was. Yeah, I think it was genuine. You say it was at the retreat. I say it was when she said it was. That's what
I mean, these people, they meet up off camera anyway. So,
I love the fact that Clifton said that I found the love of my life. I love it. I haven't heard anyone else say this on the show, and I'm here for it. And I hope they make it. I really do. I really do. So yeah,
the only concern is that distance and Clifton. He is a very emotionally attached guy. You can tell.
Yes.
He's very emotionally attached, and even Joy actually picked on that, and she said, it appears that this whole situation is going to affect Clifton more than it does affect her, and she's right about that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just who he is. Yeah. So basically, that's what it was. Yeah.
I'm really hoping that they make it. I'm hoping that they can survive the distance and it works for them too, and they move forward. Hopefully, we'll see. Do you know of any other castmates who've made it? Because I know that there's a few seasons you've seen that I haven't. I'm just hoping that this is the one, because I don't think there's anybody from the past seasons that I've seen that have made it. So I'm really rooting for Clifton and Joy. I'm hoping that they make it.
The first season, there was a couple. Did you watch the first season?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the first season there was a couple that's similar to Joy and Clifton. Okay. The connection was strong, but not as strong as this. But it was very strong. They hit it up. They even actually butted heads on the show. They argue and fought, and then she was mad and she decided to leave, and then he followed her and brought her back. So that was real. She said, "I'm gonna." And they went on the retreat. And he had a connection with another chick, just like Clifton with the Kia, similar situation. And so there was this stuff going on. And then, because she just wanted him to just choose her right then and there, just like Clifton is doing. And so she got mad and they argued and she cursed him out in the whole group and he shut her down and she left. And then he's like, I'm out of here. And you know what? He left the group and the other girl that he's trying to he's dating too, just like the Kia. He left her sitting there and went after her and brought her back. And so that chick was like, whoa, I'm going to remove myself from this situation because you guys, I can see that your connection is stronger than I thought. For the fact that you went after her, I'm going to remove myself. So yeah, that was a strong I think these are the two I can actually see. That first episode and this one.
Okay.
I don't know about any other any other season. So, yep.
Well, to me, I would say I wasn't This wasn't one of my favorite seasons, but I will honestly say I was very happy. I guess it was my favorite ending, I guess, but not my favorite season. So
Why is it your favorite ending?
I really like Clifton and Joy, but I've been rooting for them from the jump. So I was happy to see. And like I said, I think it's because I love love, and I love it when you see a man and a woman both really into each other. And sometimes in life you see where it's one more than the other, but I love it when it's mutual. So I'm hoping that I really hope that it works.
So let me ask you, if it doesn't work between Clifton and Joy, who do you think is gonna be at fault?
I'm leaning towards Clifton, and I'm leaning towards it being because he may not be able to handle the long distance.
How about Joy thinking, because she already knows that Clifton that is affecting Clifton, right? She already know, we already established that, and she already know it is affecting him more than it is affecting her. How about while she is in Mexico, she actually just gave up on him because of that? Like, you know what, this dude is over there, and the way the situation is affecting him, I don't know if he can wait, and she go ahead and move on. That can happen too.
It could, but from a woman's perspective and how I saw her, the way she was really into him, and she said it even on the end, if it ends, it won't be because of me. She's in it for the long haul. She really is. So like when she said, I understood what her statement when she was like, I see it's going to affect him more than it's going to affect me, because Joy is locked in. She's been locked in since day one. So for her, it doesn't matter if the distance is there. She's going to push through. What might happen might be like him, like, listen, I really thought, like Clifton might be like, I really thought I could do this, but this is really tough. I'm going to back down. Joy ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. So if somebody falls, it will be Clifton, but I'm hoping that they can make it, or even maybe a compromise. You never know.
True. Yeah. So Carmen and Donovan, that was a surprise. I had no idea they were going to end up together. I was thinking Donovan was going to end up with Tina or Sabrina. So that just came out of nowhere, and then it happened. But it's beautiful still to see.
I knew Carmen was going to make it to the end. I knew now who she was going to be with, I wasn't sure of, but I knew she was going to make it to the end. I think that,
you did say that.
Yeah, she's going to make it to the end. Her and Donovan, I actually think are a good fit, because honestly, they both really, I mean, it's going to sound bad, they both really come off very surface to me. So I feel like they match.
Donovan come off as surface?
Like, it seems like there's really not, like, so I know that everybody was really mad at Sabrina, but Sabrina had a little notepad and she was just really trying to dig in there and figure things out. And Carmen is more so like, hey, yeah, he's attractive. I like him. Let's go. Boom. And so same thing with him. Like, there really wasn't a lot of depth. And so I think that they match on that level. So I think that's why they work. I do. And that's not a diss at them. I'm simply saying, I think they're both, you're not really that deep. So you're both going to be able to connect on the levels of what you connect. So I'm hoping that it lasts.
Yeah, but you heard the song. We found love in a hopeless place. Love happens different in different dimensions. So yeah, it doesn't actually happen. Yeah. So, yes, some relationship start off on a superficial level, and then it evolves.
And it could be lots of layers, because I do, like I said, you could tell from what I did like about Carmen, she wanted her dad to kind of go in and ask more questions. She was actually wanting that, because I think she really wants something real. So I like seeing that side of her. You got to see more of her, because like I said, to me, she never really revealed much about herself on the show. So to me, seeing her parents, you got to see a little bit more of her humanity. So I was actually feeling that part of her, seeing her parents engage, especially with her father talking to Donovan. So I like that part.
Yep. Like I said, Carmen evolved, and I like Carmen. Like I said, she was looking like a snack. I was like, oh man, in her confession, she had on that black, it got like,
I like that top as well.
Yeah, that top was fire, and then she had like, and there was another scene. She had some, I don't know if it was leopard or whatever it was.
It's like a peacock style dress.
That was banging. So she was looking really good. She didn't look too fake. You know, she didn't do the extra stuff. So she was
Yeah,
looking really nice. I was like, wow, Carmen looks really nice. You know, yeah, and she handled herself pretty good too.
I agree.
All
She
right.
did handle herself very well. Well, yeah,
So
you're seeing
so
Carmen.
yeah. So before we wrap this up, here's my theory on here's one of the theory I came up with was Sabrina and Demetrius. Okay. So Demetrius, I thought about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying Demetrius, I think his ego actually led him down that part, led him down the rabbit hole. His ego, because for him, in the beginning of the whole season, you could tell he was egotistical. He just wanted the females to come to him. You know what I'm saying? And he was not pushing. It took 3 episodes for him to start talking to someone. You remember that?
That's true.
And so I think he's used to that, and so he was leading with his ego. That's why he was blindsided by Sabrina, because he could have caught up on that. Even when she told him she was not going to see his parent, he still didn't get the message because for him, oh no, for him, no, that's not enough. She's still gonna come through because his ego was in the way of things. You see what I'm saying? And I think that was a major problem. So he got himself to blame in a big way too. That's just my 2 cents.
I think with Demetrius, his biggest downfall was only focusing on Sabrina. He did give Tina a little half a second, but his whole thing was he just hung. You're right. He didn't really give anybody else a chance. He really didn't pursue anyone else. And I think it was always Sabrina, and he didn't. Yeah, he just didn't give, to me, he didn't really give it a shot. And so I know Joy came left field a little bit when she was asking him, like, why are you here? But if you think about it, it was kind of a valid question because he really didn't, do a lot on the show once Tina fell off and the things fell apart with Sabrina. He really didn't have much. He didn't pursue anybody. No one. Because think about it. What do we know about Demetrius? And that's kind of what Joy was saying. So, yeah. Good.
But then again, I don't really feel bad for him because look at what he did to Precious. Look at how he disrespected Precious. He thought he had it like that. Precious was,
Now, what he said to Precious was, listen, if you trying to be out on the scene, I'm not that guy. We're trying to get to know each other. Now, if anybody disrespected was Precious, it would have been Paul.
Well, Paul was ungrateful. I call him out on that. He was ungrateful. I called him out on that. You see, I am very objective. So when you guys think I'm only calling the ladies sleaze bag, no. I call out Paul. I call out Clifton for what he did to Dakia, right? I call out Laverne, right? I can name all the guys that I call out. So I'm very fair.
Whatever.
I'm very objective. And I call out Demetrius when he came up with that submissive thing, and he didn't. And there was another area that he blundered too. When his friend brought up that submissive stuff, he did not clarify it.
You're right.
He left it hanging. You know what I'm saying? And so because of his arrogance, that was the problem right there. Yeah. His arrogance and his ego was in the way. He thought he got it like that. Lo and behold, we have what's her name? What's the most we had? How can we call her? Jezebel? Sabrina? Do we say Jezebel? Who's the most conniving female in history? Is it Jezebel or Cleopatra? No, it's
not. Are you
Cleopatra.
Really going to refer to Sabrina as Jezebel because she chose herself?
No, she didn't choose herself. Yeah, she did choose herself, but she was a Jezebel. But so we are not going to give her a pass on that. But yeah, I don't really blame Sabrina 100%. Demetrius allowed his ego to overshadow his decision making, and that was his downfall right there. His ego.
Okay, I'm kidding. I just feel like he just didn't make any other connections. He didn't try to make any other connections. He thought Sabrina was going to be the one for him, and he didn't think he had to put any work. So I think I agree with that. That was a big part of his ego. I don't think he thought he had to put any work in, and we see where it got him.
Yep.
So yeah.
What are you looking forward to for the reunion?
I want to know more about the situation with Eric and Nakia. Definitely. I want to know. And yeah, I want to know. Then I also saw that Tyrone from last season. He posted that him and Ace are together. So you got quite a few things that are going on now. I hope that they talk about it on the reunion. I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay. All right. So I think that's what we got for today, no?
Yeah, short and sweet this week. I'm happy with the ending, and hopefully, I personally want them to. I think it's time for them to leave the DMV. I do.
I heard it's gonna be Miami or something. That's what I heard.
I hope it's not superficial, but yeah, that'll be good. A good mix up. So yeah.
They should bring it to New York or California. Come on.
That's true. Because they've already done Georgia, right? Yeah, they did Atlanta already, right? That was the first one.
Atlanta, Houston.
Yeah. So yeah.
They did Atlanta. They did Atlanta like 2 times, and Houston, I think, twice. I think. Yeah.
I don't know about Miami. I definitely agree with Florida, but I don't know about Miami. But maybe. So yeah. Next week is the reunion, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it too. So. Any last word?
I like nothing other than I am happy, and I really hope that Joy and Clifton make it. I'm team Joy and Clifton. I did see just yesterday they posted they got matching tattoos. I'm here for it. She got a queen and he has a king. So yeah, I'm team Clifton and Joy over here. Yes, I'm here for it. So. Yeah.
That's good. I'm happy for them. Shit, I'm happy for the show. That's a successful thing for the show. Yeah, that's a big deal for the show. That's something they can highlight. That's something we can look forward to and say, oh, okay, here it is. There's one couple that actually worked. We can, so we are rooting for them.
I am.
Plus is black love. So.
Which is always.
I heard she's from Trinidad. That's what I heard.
Really. Okay, island girl. Okay.
Gonna take him to the island. All right, guys. So thank everyone for tuning in this week. Hopefully you guys will join us for the reunion next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
Please do. Thank you for joining us. Good night.